Hi, and welcome to St. Thomas Aquinas for Everyone. My name is Dave Palmer, and we are continuing to journey through the Summa together. We are still on question number 2, a very, very important question in the Summa because it has to do with the existence of God. And as I mentioned, if we can't prove that God exists, well, the whole Summa kind of falls apart because the whole Summa is about us returning to God and coming to know God, as I've explained in previous videos. So yesterday we covered the first of the proofs for the existence of God, and these are the 5 of them: motion, cause, possibility, necessity, perfection, and intelligence. And today we are going to look at the proof from cause. And this is very similar to the proof from motion, as I mentioned yesterday, but there's a little bit of a different angle. But the basic premise of it is very similar, sometimes called the proof of the first cause, because the way Thomas explains in the Summa is that just with our natural reason and our senses, we observe in the world that there are causes and there are effects. 1,001 times a day we see these. And just for example, you see a bird fly by, right? And you would not imagine that that bird just kind of appeared out of nowhere. You're not going to think that that bird caused itself. Somewhere down the line, that bird had a mommy and a daddy that caused it. And so you would never imagine that the bird has a cause, okay? It's an effect of a cause. And so Thomas reasons that nothing is the cause of itself. And by the way, Thomas took these from Aristotle, so these proofs go way back, even before the time of Jesus, okay? Nothing is the cause of itself. Even man-made things, right? Art or artificial things like a robot. You don't look at a robot and say, oh, it just kind of popped out of nowhere or it created itself. No, you know that there's some intelligent creature that created something like a robot, right? So Thomas says there are intermediate causes. You and I are intermediate causes. We cause things, right? And we create things, and we do art, and we write books, and we make sculptures and things like that. Well, there's intermediate causes in nature as well, for like dogs. Just like the bird, the dog did not cause itself, and I know this is pretty obvious, but you got to think this in order to prove the existence of God, and that's what Thomas is going to do here, right? So obviously there are intermediate causes, like this dog's parents, that caused it, right? Causes cannot go back to infinity, right? You just can't keep going back and back and back, because the dog was caused by something, which was caused by something. Eventually you got to stop, right? And so even something as simple as a hamburger. You go to the restaurant, you order a hamburger. Obviously, somebody is causing that hamburger to exist, right? I mean, it kind of goes without reason. It stands to reason, right? All right, when the cause is taken away, the effect vanishes. Let's just say that this woman created this hamburger, and it is definitely not to scale here, okay? But if you take the woman away who created the hamburger, well, the hamburger goes away as well. That just kind of makes sense. If you take your parents away, well, you vanish, right? And so there must be an original uncaused cause, is what Thomas says. You can't just keep going back and back and back and back and back. At some point, you have to stop and say something existed, something existed that kind of got everything into motion. And from there on, every effect has a cause. Okay, that's the reasoning. Tell me if you agree with it. Leave your comments below and tell me what you think. Again, very, very similar to the argument for motion. And so Thomas reasons that this uncaused cause is God. Okay, so that's the second proof for the existence of God. And I just had to put the picture of the pigs up here because I think it's a cool picture. And all these little piglets were caused by the mommy pig, who was caused by another pig. And you just can't keep going back and back and back and back and back. At some point, you have to go all the way back to the uncaused cause. All right, so we've covered 2 of our proofs for the existence of God so far. The other 3 are very different. Okay, these 2 are very similar. We had the cause from the proof from motion, and then the proof from the uncaused cause, like in the case of this beautiful little baby being caused by its parents, who are caused by their parents, and on and on and on and on we go. I wanted to point out also, since we're talking about cause, that one thing that shows up a lot in the Summa is the Aristotelian 4 causes. And we'll just very, very briefly mention these, but they'll keep coming back and back, okay? You have a material cause, a formal cause, an efficient cause, and a final cause. Basically, the material cause is the physical things that you're using. In this case, making a desk, the material, the wood, the nails, that's the material cause. The formal cause is the blueprint, the idea of the desk that originated in somebody's mind, right? Efficient cause is the one that actually created it, okay? The creator, the one who initially had even the concept in its mind and carried it out. And then the final cause is the purpose or the reason that this table exists. It was created for a reason, right? So I just want to throw that in there because we're talking about cause, but we'll keep coming back to the four causes, which is really a very interesting part of Thomistic philosophy. All right, so tomorrow we will tackle possibility and necessity. It's really an interesting proof of the existence of God. And then the next 2 days, we'll close out the final 5, and then we'll be moving on to our next question of the Summa. So thanks for joining me. Comment below, like the video, and let me know what you're thinking. Is this making sense to you? Are you enjoying this? Do you have any questions, comments, something that maybe I could have said that would have made it even more simple to understand? I'd love to hear from you. All right, thanks so much for watching and participating. My name is Dave Palmer, and this is St. Thomas Aquinas for everyone. God bless you.